Holly?
You grew it long enough.
I did grow it long. I had the
Everybody
beard
had-
and yeah, I did the whole thing.
Everybody had experience.
And then I shaved the beard, one of the guys said, "You pick that fresh." That was it. Cut
Oh,
me. That went right through me.
yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah.
I didn't think so. Everybody should watch. You kidding? The older we get, the less time we go. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, forget it. Me too.
Get done.
Forget it. Yeah. Can't help anyone else. Oh.
Right?
It's terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, outside the room stuff.
Yeah, sorry. Huh?
Huh? Yeah.
And I gave more copies.
Are there even still travel agencies?
Yeah, I can't believe you said that.
Brian said it. This Brian.
You did? Yes,
My
you
boss
Brian
said
said
it.
it too. Can you get by?
I mean, people outsource their grocery shopping these days, for God's sake. I guess so.
Oh, yeah.
Even if nobody asked me, then I can.
We need a reader.
Yes. Yes, I would say it's Wait, did I get extra greens on purpose? Those are my favorite. Thank you.
So Rebecca, we're gonna call the Locust Valley one first.
Do we have to do a disclosure affidavit for ex real estate?
Number 17. How are you? Good. I know. She spilled it the other way, don't worry.
We still have those ponchos like they wear at Disney World.
It's so funny the way everybody always goes to the same spot in this room.
Creatures that have it. Just like when you were in high school, you always would sit in
Yeah.
the same seats too.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I would like to brief you on some of our rules and procedures used during our hearings. When a hearing number is called, the applicant or representative will come to the podium. If they are not an attorney, they will be sworn in by our executive secretary. They will then present their case. The board members may or may not ask questions of the applicant. Prior to tonight's hearings, board members have visited all or most of the properties listed on tonight's calendar. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation, we will ask if there are any interested parties who would like to speak either for or against the application. We will then allow the applicant to come back and give some brief rebuttal remarks before closing the public hearing. The stenographer can only take one person's testimony at a time, so we ask that you do not call out from the audience during testimony. We will give everyone an opportunity to be heard this evening. Sometimes proceedings do not end until 1 a.m. or later, but everyone will be heard. Lastly, at approximately 9 p.m., our stenographer will have been typing for about 2 hours, and we will take a 10-minute break. Please stand, if you're able to, for the Pledge of Allegiance. Do we have any postponements tonight?
Good evening, Madam Chair. We do. Hearing number 8, appeal number 25-176, Perfland Properties, has been postponed. Hearing number 16, appeal number 25-298, Andrew and Aaron Rubenstein, has been postponed. And holdover hearing number 1, appeal number 25-333, JPM Owners LLC, has been postponed. Is anybody here to speak on any of those hearings? We're all clear, Madam Chair.
Let's call the first hearing. Sometimes we do take hearings out of order for various reasons, which we're going to do tonight.
We are going to begin with hearing number 17. That is appeal number 25-378, David E. McGovern at 20 High Street, Locust Valley.
I just have to swear you guys in, okay? Sure. You raise your right hand, promise to tell the truth on these proceedings, and when you speak, your name and address for the stenographer, okay?
You got it.
Thanks.
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman and members of the board. Our names are Loretta and David McGovern, and we are the owners of 20 High Street in Locust Valley. The property is recorded as Section 30, Block 17, Lot 90, situated in the R1-6 residential district. We have 4 children who are here tonight and have been living and raising them in this home since we purchased it in 2007. We and our children are settled into the home and the surrounding neighborhood. We are hopeful and confident that with the proposed alterations, we can stay in the home and not disrupt our family any further. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're amongst friends and neighbors here. Take a breath and go ahead.
At this time, we would like to submit the following copies of a medical necessity letter from Dr. Sylvia Jan, our son's complex care pediatrician and the director of general pediatrics at Northwell Health. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm. Consent letters from the abutting neighbors and neighbors within 100 feet radius of our property. Green cards and photos of the home. We are here tonight requesting a variance to construct an addition to our home in order to accommodate a first-floor bedroom, wheelchair accessible bathroom, and wheelchair ramp for our disabled child. As evidence in the letter we submitted from Dr. Jan, our son was diagnosed with a rare and progressive mitochondrial disease, which has recently led him to be entirely wheelchair dependent. Currently, his wheelchair does not fit into the only half bathroom on the first floor, and we need to physically lift him onto a stair lift for him to access the shower and his bedroom on the second floor. Our immediate concern is a safe and rapid evacuation in case of medical and fire emergencies. This concern will only increase as he grows and gets heavier. The addition will help us ensure his safety and quality of life.
I would like to note for the record that the home was built in 1926 and likely pre-existed the zoning ordinance as it is written today. As you can see from the survey, the property is non-conforming with regards to lot width at about 33 feet, where 60 feet is now required, and a lot area of 3,419 square feet, where 6,000 square feet is now required. Our architect, who unfortunately could not be with us tonight, made every effort to limit the number and magnitude of the variances required. In order to construct this addition, we will require the following variances. The proposed one-story addition with less than the minimum required side yard aggregate of 15 feet. I would like to note that the existing side yards are 2.9 feet to the south and 6.9 feet to the north with an existing aggregate of 9.8 feet. The addition, as proposed, has a side yard of 5 feet to the south, which does conform to the required minimum, and 8.6 feet to the north, which aligns with an existing legal addition on the second floor. The proposed side yard aggregate for just the new addition is 13.6 feet, where 15 feet is required, but it is noted in the denial at 11.5 feet because of the existing non-conforming side yards. Again, because the house was built in 1926. Number two, the proposed one-story addition exceeds the maximum permitted building coverage of 28%. The proposed is 36.88%. The addition, as proposed, is approximately 6% of the lot area. Again, the existing structure is already non-conforming and contributes to this overage. Number three, the proposed one-story addition exceeds the maximum permitted gross floor area of 1,538.55 square feet, and the proposed is 1,811.43 square feet. Again, the existing structure is already non-conforming. Finally, we believe and are hopeful you agree that the proposed addition is fairly de minimis in scale and that the benefits to our family far outweigh the impact on the adjacent properties. We have provided letters of support from all adjacent neighbors as well as from every other neighbor we've contacted within the 100-foot radius of our property, and all were in favor. Thank you for your time.
Are there any interested parties wishing to be heard on this application? Okay, so we do have some correspondence here from your neighbors. I'm not going to read every letter because of time constraints, but I will put their name and address, and they're just their names on the record. So that would be Thomas and Melissa Schwedhelm, Ms. Bettina Zavaro, Dana and Susan Converse, Brian and James Stark, Ken and Carol Wattrell, Anka and Philip Christopher Lazaris, Martin Vesilko, Brian and Melissa Cavini, and Alex and Kristen Beardsley, Craig and Brittany Profont, Maureen Richmond, and that's it. They all are in favor of this application. And we usually do our voting at the end of the meeting. But under these circumstances, and the voting is open to the public, we're going to vote on this one right now. I'm going to make a motion to move this application to approve it. Anybody like to second it?
I'll second it.
Rebecca will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Public hearing is closed.
Thank
Oh,
you
I'm
so
sorry,
much.
one more thing. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Public hearing is closed, and the formal decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you all.
God bless. Good luck.
May I proceed with the regular action calendar?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Hearing number 1, appeal number 25-283, Cynthia Nakashian, 121 Neptune Place, Massapequa.
Thank you.
Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. Yes, I do. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm appearing on behalf of Cynthia Nakashian of 121 Neptune Place, Massapequa, New York. We are requesting a variance to maintain an existing second-story deck with steps to grade, which is located in R17 zone and does not have the minimum required side yard setback of 8 feet or rear yard setback of 25 feet. Maintaining a side yard setback of 5.9 feet and a rear yard setback of 21.7 feet. The existing deck exceeds the maximum permitted building coverage of 25% and maximum permitted gross floor area of 1,800 square feet. We are maintaining a building coverage of 27.15% and a gross floor area of 2,102.5 square feet. The existing deck is only 80 square feet. There is no intention of roofing over or enclosing the structure in any way, and we would have no objection with the board conditioning the application as such if approved. There was a previous zoning board decision for this property, decision number 65-420, dated August 19th, 1965, which we are also requesting to be amended with our application this evening. Photos of the property have been submitted to the board, along with 7 letters of consent, which include 3 abutting property owners. The property is well maintained, and the existing structure is consistent with the character of the neighborhood, and that completes our application.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is hearing number 2, appeal number 25-288, Joanna Gomez, 120 Melrose Avenue, Massapequa, New York.
Okay, sure. She certainly can. I'm just going to swear her in, okay? Both of you, just raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings. And then when you speak, just your name and address on the record for the stenographer, okay? Put yours, and then you could, is that you, who's this to you?
That's my mom.
Okay, good. Just say you're going to speak for your mom, okay? Very good, sweetie.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jaylene Garces, and I'm gonna
You
speak.
got to talk a little bit louder.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Jaylene Garces, and I'm gonna speak on behalf of my mom, Joanna Gomez. We live in 120 Melrose Ave, Massapequa, New York.
Diles que nosotros estamos por la razón de aquí porque alzamos la fensa 6 pies arriba. Vele diciendo parte por parte.
We're here today because we put up a fence that's 6 feet high, and the reason for that is because people would throw like garbage in our fence, so that's the reason why we put up the fence. But then
La persona que vivía atrás de nosotros nos denunció, entonces por eso estamos aquí.
and the people who live behind us reported us because of how high our fence were,
Y ya, eso es todo.
and that's it.
Okay. Anybody go out and see this fence? No? Okay.
It's a corner.
It's a corner, so, so the concern of the zoning board with fences that don't meet the height requirements are that it impedes a line of sight for somebody either driving or walking along the sidewalk. So I just want to look at the survey for a minute and make sure that's not the case here. New Street, New York. New York Avenue, North Detroit. Yes, I do. Wait a minute, what's New Street? That's what I just did.
True.
Oh, News, okay, I'm sorry.
No, New Street.
No, it is right,
Yeah,
okay.
so that's what I'm saying. This is the address, but
Okay.
this, her driveway is on the back. So is this the fence line?
Well, this looks like fence here. This
And
is
this
why
is
I like
angled.
these in yellow, but I don't get them that way. So I would be concerned about.
Does it come all the way to? No.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's what we have, and it is
That's what I
highlighted.
like to see.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Or is it highlighted?
And it is angled.
Good, thank you. It makes it easier.
So this is the, this
Their
helps
own,
you.
their own driveway would be the issue. Yeah, right there.
That's their driveway.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's angled over here.
That's
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So they should just pull this back one section so that they get line of sight at their own driveway.
Yeah, I
They're
agree.
too close to the curb.
So, you have to, how do you explain it? Okay. So, why did they angle the other? I don't know. Okay.
Something else I never do.
Okay.
So, this is good that you angle the fence here because of the corner. Our concern is your own driveway.
This is very,
So when you're pulling out of your
Yes.
driveway, that fence is
Everything's a
right
lot of
here.
the
That's a
ordinary.
6-foot
Okay.
fence. You can't see over
Gonna
here.
have my hand.
And neither can anybody on the sidewalk
I can't start.
over here
It's like.
because that fence is too close. So
Makes me
what
so
the board
nervous.
suggested was where you have it angled here, this has to be pulled back to like here, at least 4 feet back.
Pero ya lo movimos ese lado o no?
It's too close, you have to clear your driveway. It either has to be angled again, either this way, or you have to pull the whole thing back,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
So if you call the office, they'll explain it to you exactly how to do it.
Dile a ella porque nosotros ya fueron a chequear y ya movimos todo lo que la persona nos dijo que moviéramos.
She said that she called people to check the fence, like to move the whole thing. They said that it was fine.
But that's not up to them, it's up to us.
Oh, okay.
That's the fence company. They'll put a fence any way you tell them
Yeah.
to put it,
Oh, okay.
okay?
Ahí está la carta.
That's me. That's me. Call me tomorrow. Call me, okay, and we'll talk.
Que le
And I'll
llames
tell
a
you
ella mañana.
what you have to
Y
do.
que
They're
van
gonna
a
have to move part of the fence.
Okay.
Tienes que mover la fence.
Right next to their driveway here, is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
So
move
you
back?
understand that? You know, the sidewalk, if you're pulling out of the driveway, if there's a child riding a bicycle or car coming, you can't see it. And that's, you know, you want to be safe too, okay?
You did a good job.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Wait, come back. We're not done yet.
Not that good.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision?
Public hearing is closed. Decision of the board will be forwarded to you by your office. I did have a piece of correspondence, probably from the neighbor who complained. She's against it, so I'm entering that into the record, okay? It's existing, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna not make a decision tonight. We're gonna first work out how you're gonna fix that, and then we'll make our decision, okay?
You won't have to come back here,
No, you don't have to come back.
but we're gonna have to change the plan a little bit. I'll explain it to you tomorrow, if you can give a call with your mom near you at some point, okay? So that I can talk to you and you can explain to her, okay?
Okay.
Very good.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Good night.
Hearing number 3, appeal number 25-303, Frank Camiso, 161 North Detroit Avenue, North Massapequa. I feel like we're out of our routine.
I know, I never leave the dais.
Good evening.
Tom, tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Jeremy Jones, 30 Hetty's Path, Farmingville, New York, 11738.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We're proposing a second-floor addition on an existing one-story home. The new addition is not going to meet the required aggregate side yard of 20 feet. We're proposing 19.9, and that's just because we're going in line with the existing home. And also, there's a driveway that's been in place that doesn't meet the 8-foot setback, but it's been there for about 15 years now. So unfortunately, it's only got a 1.1 side yard, but that's been there.
Okay.
All right?
Anybody have any questions?
No, I was there today. Okay. And it, the extension, there are many other houses on the block. It conforms with the neighborhood. for
Yep.
sure.
Yes.
That's what I assume. Okay.
Okay. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
All right, hearing number 4, appeal number 25-237, Tara Fugaloro, 11 Alexander Drive, Farmingdale.
Tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Name and address.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Locunis from Mark Anthony Architects. Our office is located at 1563 Belmore Avenue in Belmore, New York. I am here this evening representing our client, Tara Fucularo, who is the owner and occupant of the subject property located at 11 Alexander Drive in Farmingdale, New York. I would like to note that Tara and her husband, Mark, are here with us tonight in the audience. We are here before you as a result of an application filed with the building department for a proposed second floor addition, rear roof cover, first and second floor interior alterations, a proposed portico, and proposed AC units. This is an R17 zone. The proposed second-story addition and one-story rear roof over do not have the minimum required side yard setback of 8 feet, having a proposed setback of 5.8 feet, for which we are requesting relief of 2.2 feet. I would like to note that that is an existing condition. The addition is going above the existing first floor. As a result, the side yard aggregate is affected as well. The second-story addition does not meet the minimum required side yard aggregate of 20 feet, having a proposed aggregate of 16.6 feet, for which we are requesting 3.4 feet of relief. The proposed second-floor addition includes 3 proposed bedrooms and a proposed master suite, which includes a walk-in closet and dressing room and a proposed master bathroom. There is also an additional proposed bathroom on the second floor as well. The proposed second-story addition and one-story rear roof over exceeds the maximum permitted gross floor area of 3,466.7 feet, having a proposed GFA of 4,031.75 feet, according to the rejection, for which we are requesting relief of 565.05 feet. The gross floor area calculation includes the basement, according to my conversation with the plans examiner earlier today, Luis Sita. The basement is under 7 feet at 6 feet 11, so we had proposed the gross floor area at 3,324 square feet, which does not include the basement and is compliant with the maximum gross floor area. Lastly, the proposed AC units do not comply with the minimum required setback of 3 feet. Yeah, it's 6 feet, sorry. It's 6 feet 11. When I spoke to Luis earlier today, his exact comment was that he didn't think that we had provided what he needed, so he included it in at about 700 feet.
It's not specifically laid out on the plan.
They include it. I get it.
Yeah, so the foundation was on the plan, but the square footage wasn't. So because it was an R17 zone, he ballparked that it was between 600 and 800 square feet and put it at 700. Lastly, the proposed AC units do not comply with the minimum required setback of 3 feet, having a proposed side yard setback of 2.34 feet, for which we are requesting relief of just 0.66 feet. The AC unit will be screened as well. Mr. and Mrs. Fucularo have lived in the home since 2012 and are looking to have the home work as functional as possible for them. They are a family of 4, and as Mrs. Fucularo put it, they are completely out of space. So they are very much looking forward to the additional space and the project as a whole. These are our only requests for the evening. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you.
So if I understand, the footprint and the approachments remain the same, correct?
Yes.
You mentioned 3 bedrooms. Is that the total amount of bedrooms in the house or just 3 new ones upstairs?
The total will be 4, so it's 4 upstairs, 3
Oh.
bedrooms and the master.
Okay, so it's.
But those are the only bedrooms, yes.
And so no bedrooms on the main floor? And then the 2 bathrooms, one on the
One
main
is the-
level and one upstairs?
There's 2 upstairs.
2, okay, and
Yeah.
then one on the main level? So
Yeah.
3 bathrooms?
Yeah. One of the ones upstairs is for the master suite.
Okay.
And you did say that side yard was existing, right?
Yes.
All right, anybody else wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is hearing number 5, appeal number 25-289, Mauricio Oriana, 4 Chester Lane, Farmingdale, New York.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Salvatore Koshia, permit to Rust, 338 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Orlana, who resides at 4 Chester Lane, Farmingdale. Property is located in R17 zone. They're proposing a second-floor addition that will have a 24-foot front yard setback, where the required is 25 feet. Just want to point out the addition is not the entire addition that's bumping out, it's only the 2 doggy dormers that are sticking out a foot, which is a foot shy of the 25-foot setback.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is, I lost my place, hearing number 6, appeal number 25-280, Brianna Fadak at 22 Sites Drive in Bethpage.
Yeah, that was rough.
Again, for the record, Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. Appearing on behalf of Brianna Fadak of 22 Sites Drive, Bethpage, New York. We are requesting a variance for an existing wood deck, which is located in an R17 zone and does not have the minimum required aggregate side yards of 20 feet, maintaining an aggregate side yard of 17.3 feet to the deck and an aggregate side yard of 15.3 feet to the steps. There's no intention of roofing over or enclosing the structure in any way. We would have no objection with the board conditioning the application as such if approved. These conditions existed prior to my client's purchase of the property. We're simply seeking to obtain the necessary permits and COs for the existing structures at this time. Photos of the property have been submitted to the board. The property is well-maintained, and the existing structure is consistent with the character of this neighborhood, and that completes our application.
Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our
Thank you.
office. Thank you.
Next is hearing number 7, appeal number 25-296, Amrit Pal Atwal, 6 Stewart Avenue in Bethpage.
Hi.
Raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address, please.
I'm Brian Lynch, 126 Atlantic Avenue. I'm the architect of the project in Lynbrook, New York.
My name is Amrit Atwal. I'm the owner of 6 Stewart Avenue in Bethpage, New York.
Thank you, sir.
So this is a vacant lot that used to be part of a nursery, and we're proposing a one-family house on it. It's in an R16 zone. It's under 6,000 square feet. The house we're proposing is, everything complies with zoning except for the 2 items, obviously, that we're here for, which one is the cellar entry. It's a corner property on a county road. So the cellar entry is on the side facing the commercial side, which is still the nursery. So we're a corner property, and then this one, so it's not facing the residential. Second part of it is the driveway, which we had to go through a 239 approval with Nassau County because it's on the county road. They would not approve this without a driveway that had two entrances. They didn't want cars backing out into Stewart Avenue. It's a very busy road. So I have it here, if you haven't seen it. It's exactly what I have on the site plan. It's an elliptical driveway. However, it's under 25-foot radius, which is why we're here for that. So it's a curve. It's an elliptical with two curb cuts, and then it has a straight part of it. Now, the cellar entry is to the basement. It's a very small property. They don't have much room, so they wanted to have storage and access from the small yard to get to the basement for storage and for other uses.
Is,
Is there access to the basement from inside the house?
From inside the house, yes. Yeah.
So why do you need an outdoor?
Second means of egress, it's a finished basement that we're filing for, and for access from, it's too small of a yard to put a deck. We're maxed out on everything.
How high are the
So
ceilings in the basement?
6'11", so it's not floor area. Everything on the house complies, aside, just bathroom and storage, it's all wide open.
Three-piece bathroom
Yes.
for the storage to use?
Well, I have it on there as a rec room, you know.
So the reason that everyone's laughing, and I'm sorry about that, is because this board does not grant basement entrances. I mean, the town of Oyster Bay is, the reason being that they do turn into second apartments. Now, you only have a 6'11" ceiling, I understand that, but you also have a three-piece bathroom down there, and that raises flags, because it can always be finished, and certainly somebody can live in a basement that's 6'11".
Okay,
So we would prefer an egress window,
okay. Okay,
okay?
okay, all right. Easy fix.
That's good,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Anything with the driveway?
Driveway, I don't have
No?
a problem with. I think it's a
Okay,
good
no problem.
idea. I don't think anybody should back out onto Stewart Avenue.
Yeah, yeah. There's a house across the street that has the same exact driveway that's less than 25 foot, which I have, so.
So, all right, so we're gonna do that.
So would you be willing to withdraw A if they grant, if they granted B for you and withdraw A, and then I would just need new plans showing the,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay, and then I would need 3 sets of plans showing the cellar entrance removed and an egress window.
An egress
in
window.
its-
Sure, yeah,
in its
no
spot.
problem,
That's
no
up to
problem.
you, I'm just asking if you'd like to do that to expedite things.
He just gave me the okay, so he's the boss, so.
Great, so we'll withdraw A, is that okay? Perfect.
Thank you for being
Okay.
cooperative. I
Yep.
appreciate that. All right, anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision?
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Just give you those 3 new sets of plans, okay?
Yeah, you got it, no problem.
Next is hearing number 9, appeal number 25-279, Mary Mugan, 40 Willoughby Avenue, Hicksville. I just wanted to know what was in the original variance.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chairman Byrne, members of the board. Appearing for the applicant, Howard Avertine, 666 North Village Avenue, Rockville Center. This is the application of Mary Noyen for variances required in order to maintain various structures at the premises before the board. The premises under application is located at the northeast corner of Willoughby Avenue and Foreign Place in Hicksville. It has a street address of 40 Willoughby Avenue. It is also known as Section 12, Block 193, Lots 16 through 18 on the Nassau County Land and Tax Map. The premises has dimensions of 60 feet in width by 100 feet in depth and a total lot area of 6,000 square feet. It is located in the R1-6 zoning district. The property is developed with a single-family dwelling and detached two-car garage. By this application, the applicant seeks variances required in order to maintain various structures at the property. The applicant also seeks to amend ZBA Decision 08-156, dated July 2nd, 2008, granting a building coverage variance in order to construct a cantilevered addition to the dwelling. The applicant acquired the premises approximately 2020 in its current configuration. The non-approved additions were not picked up by the applicant's attorney or by the lender at that time. Apparently, a complaint was filed with code enforcement, and the applicant became aware of the required approvals and the legalization process that was required in connection with the current configuration of the home. I have photos I'd like to hand up so that the board can get a sense for the home itself and the surrounding area.
Thank you. So do you have a copy of the original decision on this? in the file? Did you want to, let's look together. Let's share.
So as you can see from reviewing the photos, the home does fit in with the character of the area and also is appropriate for the area based upon the outside appearance. I do have a petition which was signed by 3 of the surrounding 8 neighbors. The petition was signed by the owners of 34 Willoughby as well, which is directly to the west of the premises, across Foreign Place, and also to the rear, number 39 Lennox. I'll hand up that petition.
Thank you.
The variance is required. The first variance is that the existing one-story addition does not have the required average front yard setback of 17.7 feet. Existing is 12.2 feet. There's also a requirement of a variance for encroachment of eaves and gutters. In addition, the second floor addition does not have the minimum required roof pitch of 6/12. The existing is 4 1/2/12. Next, the existing one-story addition exceeds the maximum permitted building coverage of 28%. The existing is 34.86%. And finally, the existing one-story addition and second floor addition exceed the maximum permitted gross floor area of 2,900 square feet. Existing is 2,969 square feet. So essentially, what we have is a situation where unfortunately, the current owner, as I indicated, was not aware of these situations, although I would suggest that in many instances, these issues do get picked up by either a lender or by an attorney more familiar with zoning issues, and apparently this one might have been. That having been said, the benefit to the applicant clearly here is that there would be an extreme cost associated with bringing the property into compliance with the code as weighed against any potential defect. And I think in looking at the photos, and I'm sure the board has inspected the property, it is perfectly within character of the surrounding area. The plans depict that there's no separate cellar entrance. The cellar is going to be used for storage, mechanical, as well as a proposed bathroom, an additional bedroom, which is permitted by the code, but that's not one of the variances. And the home is as you see it. The rest of the home is as it's laid out on the plans currently existing as to be legalized.
I did see when I was there today, there were 2 meters on that house. So something was going on, I guess, prior to her owning it. He made all kinds of changes, but one of them was removed.
Yes.
So, all right. Anybody else?
Well, what is the code case for? Just for this addition?
For all the alterations that were made, was not for a two-family.
That was my, you read
Yes, no,
my
it was,
mind.
it was
That
not
my
for a
question.
two-family. However, there is a second kitchen on the second floor, which is being removed as part of this, but it was always one family since, since the applicant acquired the property, living there. Also, there's no separate entrance. It's not designed as a separate unit in any way, shape, or form, but there is a second kitchen, which, as I indicated, as part of the permitting process, is going to be removed.
Thank you.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
You too, thank you.
Hearing number 10, appeal number 25-297, Gregory Demond, 130 West Old Country Road, Hicksville.
Good evening, Madam Chairman and members of the board. For the appellant, Tom Abadi, A-B-B-A-T-E. Still spelling it for you, Holly, after all these decades. 88 Sunnyside Boulevard in Plainview. Tonight's appeal is brought in the name of Gregory Demond. Mr. Demond is here with me. This is a wave. But the thrust of the application is to establish a special education daycare center. And that center is known as Red Door Learning. Mr. Demond is the founder and chief operating officer of Red Door. And what he does, what Red Door does, is offer specialized services to children ages 3 through 5, so it's preschool, who, for one reason or another, say dyslexia or they're on the spectrum, need next level of care. And that next level of care with Red Door would consist of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and child psychology. Red Door operates 3 other Red Doors on Long Island, and this location is at 130 Old Country Road, which you all probably know best as the United Methodist Church, just west of Jerusalem on Old Country Road. It's a 1.2 acre parcel, and it has roadways on all 4 sides of it. So I have one exhibit, it's a series of 13 photographs on 4 pages that show the frontages of Red Door and this site. Thank you. The reason we're here is because to establish the use, we need off-street parking relief. And if you look at the advertisement, if you look at our legal notice, it looks substantial on paper. We're required to have 310 stalls, and we could only provide 59. But to put that in perspective, that's because planning totals up the required parking for all uses on site. So here, it's not just Red Door, it's Red Door plus the United Methodist Church. And to put that in perspective, and as you're going to hear from Tom Mazzola, my traffic expert, we are non-conflicting uses. What do I mean by that? We'll be operating when the church is closed, and vice versa. Red Door proposes to operate Monday through Friday from 8 in the morning till 4 p.m. They are closed Saturdays and Sundays. Obviously, the church, Saturdays and Sundays, is their peak time. The church during the week has its activities in the evening when Red Door is closed. Moreover, we are just going to occupy existing space. There is no new construction proposed as part of establishing Red Door at this location. So to prove that to you and to give you the objective data on which it's based, I'm going to call Mr. Tom Mazzola. Tom Mazzola is a professional engineer. He's been recognized countless times by this board as a traffic expert, and I respectfully request you recognize him as such this evening. Mr. Mazzola?
But you have to swear him in, Tom. I promise to tell the truth during these proceedings? Do you promise to tell the truth during these
I do.
proceedings? And your name and address, please.
Tom Mazzola, 20 Byron Road, Comac, New York.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
As Mr. Abadi mentioned, when you first look at the notice of rejection, it looks very substantial, but the fact of the matter is that the church and the proposed daycare center will not be operating at the same time. I did print out a copy of the church's November calendar, and the October and September calendars were exactly the same. The only thing scheduled during the week right now is a choir practice on I think it's Thursday evening. But other than that, there's nothing scheduled, which is, typical of most churches nowadays. There's not much activity going on during the day. In terms of the numbers, the notice of rejection also calculated for the Learning Center, 113 spaces required. When I looked at the town code for a daycare center, it's one per each staff member and one per each 12 students. There's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 27 staff. There's 24 classroom staff, 8 classrooms, 3 staff per classroom, and there'll probably be three administrative personnel. So when you do that calculation, it actually comes out to 35 spaces required for the learning daycare center. I also looked at the Institute of Transportation Engineers for daycare centers, and their parking requirements indicate that the parking demand would be in the neighborhood of 25 parking spaces. And I can submit an excerpt from their parking generation manual that shows that. I visited the site on several occasions since September, and there's never been more than a handful of cars parked in the church parking lot during the week, during the day. So I don't expect that there would be any issue whether it's 25 or 35 cars parking. I also can speak from personal experience. I served on the board of Pumpkin Patch Nursery School, which is on the grounds of the Comac Methodist Church. I served on that board for about 25 years, and I'm very familiar with the day-to-day operations of a daycare center. And typically, I've actually visited the site. I haven't been on the board for a few years, but I visited the site twice within the last couple of weeks, and they have a very similar enrollment. They have actually a little over 100 students enrolled. This would be a maximum of 96. And the most cars that have been on during the day, not when the parents, they have parents picking up and dropping off, but during the day is 24 cars, 25 cars, which would be similar to what's happening here. The difference here is most of these students, over 95%, are actually being bused. They're not being dropped off by parents, which is the situation that I'm familiar with. These are buses from the school districts that are already on the road. They're not new buses being added to the road. So from both the traffic and parking standpoint, I don't expect that there would be any adverse impact from this application.
Any questions for Mr. Mazzola?
I was going to ask about parents and getting the kids in there, but he answered the question on the bus.
So, not to be overlooked, this is also a boon for the United Methodist Church. Churches are having more and more difficulty staying afloat, so having a tenant like Red Door, and obviously what Mr. Demond and Red Door is going to be a tremendous asset to the community. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision?
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hearing number 11, appeal number 25-302, Goldie Gatra, 750 South Oyster Bay Road, Hicksville.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Your name and address, please.
Andrew Kaplan, architect, Oyster Bay Drafting, 68 West Main Street, Oyster Bay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We have before you a property located at 750 South Oyster Bay Road in Hicksville, zoned R17. We're seeking relief for the following variances. The existing shed not having the minimum side yard setback, and the existing driveway not having the minimum front yard and side yard setbacks. Considering the shed, the required is 5. The existing, and hence the proposed, is 3.8, deficient of 1.4 feet. The shed is only 87.6 square feet. The pool equipment is located directly behind this shed, and there is a patio that more or less surrounds this particular structure. It is well screened from the neighbor already. There is much vegetation between the two properties. It would be probably prohibitively expensive between trying to move this structure, being it's a frame structure, and also with the proximity of the pool equipment to possibly move it closer is best probably to keep it where it is. Concerning the driveway, the side yard setback required is 3 feet. The existing is 2.3 feet, deficient of 0.7 feet. The front yard setback, being it's a curved driveway, is required of 25 feet. However, we have an existing condition of 12 feet, 13 feet deficient. Concerning the side yard, both the north and the south sides are non-compliant. The north side has existed prior to both prior zoning board decision dated in March of 2021, hearing 21-100. That was granted. That setback has existed at least since 2017. Concerning the south side yard, also it is pretty close to the property, around, again, that 2.3 feet. Back in, again, in 2021, during the application when we proposed that frame garage, that driveway was at that setback as well and was approved. Both curbs cuts have existed at least since 2017. There's been no change to there. The most important thing about all this parking is that this street has 0 parking on it for off-street parking on the street. It's a very busy road. It's pretty chaotic. Having, while additional paving and spaces allows Mr. Gotra's family to properly park safely and functionally off the street, one, not to do it illegally, and two, just because it's a matter of function for that part of the neighborhood. Just a little bit of information in that package being provided to you in those 11 pages. As you can look at page 3, that shows that existing driveway in its previous condition in 2017. Pages 1 and 2 show the previous decision, while pages 4 and 5 show the layout at that time when the decision was approved. The yellow areas on that show the proposed, and those red hatched areas show the areas that were improved without permits, essentially, at some point in time between that decision and our decision today. Pages 6 and 7 show the current current existing survey of the property, just kind of showing the same thing in inverse of that original site plan. And then pages 8 through 11 show just the history of the front yard of the house as far as how the driveway has expanded over time. It is decently screened from the street with some low-lying shrubbery and bushes. And if you look at page 11, which is more of a satellite view, which seems a little bit out of date with Google, you can see that both the neighboring properties does have screening either by fence or by vegetation. There are no additional driveways that conflict with that driveway. There's no structures near these paved areas that would interfere with the activities of the adjacent neighbors. And overall, this particular property remains in well-maintained condition at all times, and it would be great to ensure that the family keeps using their home as a place to be enjoyed, and that the family can all meet and properly be safe at the same time. I'll take any questions if you have any.
I have no questions. Anybody?
No.
Anybody? You?
No, I don't.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is hearing number 12, appeal number 25-304, Nico Sakanakis, 86 North Broadway, Hicksville, New York.
Good evening, Chairwoman Byrne and members of the board. My name is Megan Hatson of the law firm of Sond Ward Breff Cajignano, PLLC, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Suite 601, Uniondale, New York, 11553. Appearing on behalf of the applicant, Nikos Stakonikis. With me today are Elizabetta T. Cajignano from Sond Ward Breff Cajignano, Nick Dardalis, architect, and Nikos Stakonikis, owner of the premises. As a matter of housekeeping, we mailed all affected neighbors pursuant to the town's requirements. Our office has also drafted a memorandum of facts and law in support of this application, and we have copies here to submit to the board.
Thank you.
The subject premises are located at 86 North Broadway, Hicksville, New York, and are designated as Section 11, Block 268, Lot 10 on the Nassau County Land and Tax Map. The site is a total of 3,395 square feet. The building fronts North Broadway and was constructed in 1908, according to Nassau County Land Records. The premises is located in the town's HD1 zoning district. The immediate area of the premises is commercial along North Broadway and residential behind the commercial spaces. The property immediately south of the premises is under construction to become a 4-story mixed-use building with retail on the ground floor and apartments on the upper floors. North and south of the premises are a mix of commercial buildings. The subject premises consists of a mixed-use building with 2 commercial tenants occupying the ground floor, a dress shop and a travel agency, and 4 residential apartments on the second floor, with one of the units being a duplex as a 2-story apartment with part on the ground floor, the other part on the second floor. Apartments over storefronts are principally permitted use in this zoning district. A 12-foot wide easement exists at the driveway of the site. In 2003, the applicant was involved in a litigation with neighboring property owners, which resulted in the execution of a so-ordered stipulation. That stipulation gave Mr. Sakanikis sole and exclusive use of that easement area that's shown on the plans. However, that easement was never properly recorded with the clerk's office due to the original so-ordered stipulation being lost. However, it resulted in the applicant and the applicant's tenants being the only users of that easement area. And it's where the tenants park, despite it not being compliant parking spaces pursuant to the code. It's this crosshatch area on the board. As such, the applicant is before the board today seeking permission to perform alterations to the building, which would eliminate one of the apartments, resulting in 3 residential units, while providing 0 on-site parking spaces where 9 are required. For historical context, in 2022, the applicant received a violation for maintaining the apartments and was directed to obtain approvals and permits for them from the town. The applicant thereafter submitted building permit applications to the town, proposing to maintain the 4 existing apartments and the 2 retail stores on the ground floor. That application resulted in a notice of denial due to the parking deficiency on the site. The applicant appeared before this board in 2023 seeking a parking variance to maintain the structure. That application was denied by this board by way of decision number 23-334, dated October 19th, 2023, with special attention paid to the safety concerns associated with one of the units occupying the 3rd floor attic space. The board was unaware of any 3rd floor apartments in the area and noted potential fire hazards that could be associated with 3rd floor living space. The decision also stated that an effort should be made to change the application to come closer into conforming with the code. Copies of that BZA denial are included as Exhibit A of the submitted memorandum of law. Thereafter, our office was retained and we worked with the applicant and the applicant's architect to come up with a plan to modify the building. The plans were amended to reduce the number of apartments in the building from 4 residential units to 3 residential units, resulting in a less intense use. The 3rd floor space will no longer be occupied as a living space. The air conditioning system will be removed, and the 3rd floor space will only be used as storage and accessible via a drop-down staircase. Legal parking spaces still cannot be accommodated on site due to the existing easement spanning the site, but that is where cars currently park. As such, the applicant seeking a variance to still provide 0 spaces to maintain the 2 commercial spaces and 3 apartments where 9 are required by the code. Because no one else is using that easement area, cars that park there do not interfere with any other users. As shown on the plans, 1 handicap space and 3 regular parking spaces can be accommodated in that area. That is where tenants do park, and I have a photo of what it looks like to submit. So as I stated, this portion of the site is being used for parking. One of the commercial spaces is a travel agency, which does a vast majority of its business online and remotely. The single employee of that business is only there on occasion to meet with a customer that does not want to do their travel planning online or via phone, but most of the business is done that way. The retail store's business is selling traditional ethnic clothing, much of which is custom dressmaking, which requires appointments with one employee, and most of the time there's only one person in there. As such, the commercial businesses do not require many parking spaces due to their nature, and those businesses, despite being required to provide 5 spaces, typically only take 1 to 2 at most. At this time, I would like to call up architect Nick Dardalis to come up to just explain the changes that we're proposing to make to the site plan to reduce the overall number of apartments from 4 to 3 before I address the 5 criteria for granting of an area variance.
Please raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Nicholas, first name Jarjalis, T-J-A-R, T-J-A-L-I-S, 65 Brookwood Drive, Briarcliff Manor, New York, 10510.
Thank you, sir.
So the combination of apartments is pretty simple. Basically, there was a closet here in between the apartments. We've taken that out and created, and closed up the previous entrance to this apartment. That was a studio apartment. So the entrance to the combined apartment happens here, and you can go into the kitchenette and dining living area, and then basically the other side is an existing bathroom. There were 2 existing bedrooms, and the previous kitchenette and living area became a new bedroom. The dotted line here was the previous stair that led to the attic. We have intentions of removing that once we get permits, and then we'll be putting a drop-down stair here and another one in the closet here.
Thank you. To briefly go through the 5 factors contained in New York State town law for the granting of an area variance, we submit that granting this application does not produce a change in the character of the community nor result in a detriment to the area. Apartments over storefronts are permitted in this Hicksville downtown zoning district and are not out of character with this area. The premises is already existing with 4 apartments, and reducing that to 3 will bring this closer to conformity. The benefit sought by the applicant here to maintain the storefronts and to convert 4 residential units to 3 units cannot be achieved without obtaining the instant parking variance, considering the premises cannot legally provide any parking spaces due to that easement area that goes across the driveway. We do not feel that the parking variance is substantial considering the context of this application. The premises has been maintained as is for approximately 10 to 15 years. Reducing the number of units from 4 to 3 will in turn decrease the parking demand that the building draws. As discussed, the travel agency has only 1 employee and is rarely there, and due to the nature of the retail business, it usually only has 1 person as well. We submit that the reduction in the number of residential units and tenants on site reduces the substantiality of this request, and paired with the low intensity of the commercial spaces, the application here is not substantial. Fourth, we submit that the granting of this application will not have any negative impact on the physical or environmental characteristics of the area. The building has been underparked pursuant to the code requirements for over 10 years while being used as a mixed-use building. The granting of this application will actually drive down the parking demand of the building by reducing the number of apartments, resulting in a positive environmental impact. Lastly, it's respectfully submitted that this hardship is only partially self-created, as the original so-ordered stipulation was lost before it could be recorded, which would allow the premises to legally have 4 parking spaces. However, as this board may be aware, the self-created hardship alone is not justification for the denial of an area variance without an actual detriment to the health, safety, or welfare of the community, which we submit does not exist on this application. On the contrary, the granting of this application will bring the premises closer to code conformity. In that vein, we submit that the applicant has significantly changed the application from when you first heard it in 2023 by proposing to eliminate one of the apartments and eliminating the 3rd floor space entirely from being living space. As such, we believe that the benefits of granting the variance strongly outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the community, justifying the parking variance grant. Thank you all for your time, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to take any.
I was there earlier this evening, and I literally drove around it, like, just so I could get, a good look at it, because you can't stop in front of it, somebody will kill you. and I never saw that driveway. But, yeah, you did a good job, and I thank you for
Thank
trying
you.
to bring it closer to compliance.
Thank you.
So if I understand, it went from 4 to 3, but it also eliminated the third floor as well?
Yes, the third floor will now not be living space, air conditioning removed, and
So
only,
less tenants in both regards, correct?
correct, because it'll be 3 units.
And I'm sorry, Brian.
Yep.
The apartments are a 2-bedroom,
It's 2 2-bedrooms and 1 3-bedroom. Sorry to interrupt.
so it's really, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bedrooms total, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, math, not my strong suit, but I'm there. So it's 7, and then there's 2 tenants on the first floor, so at a minimum, really, you need 9, that's why it's 9, okay, all right.
And how many cars I know they're not legal conforming spaces, but how many can you fit back there?
We can fit 1 handicap space and 3 regular spaces.
So it's really, for all intents and
Yeah.
purposes, a variance for 5 when 9 are needed,
Yeah.
not 9. Okay.
All right. Anybody in the audience wishing to be heard on this application? And if I can't see you, speak up.
Come up.
Or come up. Okay, correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is going to be, and take your time while they clear out, hearing number 13, appeal number 25-371, William Lawrence Koken, 99 Lantern Road in Hicksville.
Raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Your name and address, please.
William Cochin, 99 Lantern Road, Hicksville, New York.
Thank you.
Good evening, board and associated members. First of all, I want to thank the town for approving my hardship for this processing. It's greatly appreciated. So I'm requesting a variance for a modest garage extension and roof over in the front of my home. The existing front garage addition and roof over do not have the minimum required average front yard setback of 27.4 feet. It's existing 21.7. The existing garage addition and roof over exceed the maximum permitted building coverage of 25%. The existing is 27.56. I took the liberty of providing some photos to illustrate that the extension fits in well with the community, is aesthetically pleasing.
Thank you.
I also visited all the neighbors on the radius map and got their signatures that they have absolutely no problem with the look of the garage extension. I'd like to submit that for the record as well. With that, I'll take any questions.
Anybody have any questions?
No?
Pretty simple application. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is hearing number 14, appeal number 25-290, John DiStefano, 166 Cold Spring Road, Syosset.
You under oath?
Yes. Salvatore Coscia, permits are us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good evening again. I'm here on behalf of Mr. DiStefano. Properties at 166 Cold Spring Road, Syosset. R120 zone. They're proposing to maintain a pool equipment with a side yard setback of 15.1 feet, where the required is 20 feet. Unfortunately, Mr. DiStefano, when he installed the pool, hired a company in 2021. They installed it. He was under the assumption he had permits, and when he went to sell, found out that he had no permits for the pool.
I've never heard that before.
Really, neither have I. It's a first for everything,
Those pool companies.
I tell you.
Anybody have any questions?
None.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Good night.
You too, thank you.
Next is hearing number 15, appeal number 25-294, Katrina Bachatzelis. I'm going to need some help with this one, Mr. Schumacher. 14 Townsend Place, Syosset, New York.
You did a better job than me.
I was gonna say.
I did. I do.
Thank you. Name and address, please.
Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. I'd like to pass up some photos and consent letters for the board. Representing the homeowners of 14 Townsend Place in Syosset. Homeowner seeking a variance to maintain a shed having greater height than required and a pavilion exceeding the maximum height and a driveway having less side yard setback than required. The shed and the pavilion are not visible from the street, and their backyard is heavily wooded. Directly behind the backyard is a Long Island Railroad and the town park. In regard to this driveway is that out of character with this neighborhood, as many of the other houses up and down the block have similar driveways. We do have consent letters from the two abutting neighbors. These are the neighbors most affected at 12 and 16 Townsend Place. The abutting neighbor at 16 Townsend Place requested if the driveway is over the property line to cut it back so it doesn't go on his property. There's never been any complaints or violations from the town on his property, and as the photos show, the property is in excellent condition and has always been well maintained.
Any of this screened, the,
Yes, there's heavy shrubbery in the
There's heavy
back. I
shrubbery.
took photos for
Okay.
the board.
anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed. Decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too, thank you.
Hearing number 18, appeal number 25-286, Michael Flapperi, 67 Walnut Avenue, East Norwich.
Thank you.
Just for a point of record, slight change in venue. Andrew Kaplan, architect, 4830 Clearview Expressway, Bayside, New York, 11364. We have before you a property located at 67 Walnut Avenue in East Norwich, zoned R17. We're seeking relief to rebuild a new detached garage. This garage exceeds the rear coverage of 30%, and the detached garage exceeds the maximum allowed coverage of the principal building of 40%. The rear yard coverage is 40%, while the accessory structure size is 54.64% of the home. The house on this property is rather small. The footprint of the house is only 940 square feet. The proposed garage is 500 square feet. The existing current garage that's there, which is dilapidated and is also only partially functional because the half of it, based on the photo in the package, is a carport. That is only 468 square feet. So the new garage is only going to be 32 square feet larger than it is currently. It is easier to probably rebuild this thing than to repair it. One, it is a little taller than the required, so that was going to be a hurdle to get through anyway. The new garage is actually built as per the current zoning, so the setbacks are all compliant. We won't have to worry about a fire rating issue for this particular structure. There are many homes in this particular area that have large garages similar to this, some being 89, 83, and 63 Walnut, as well as 822 and 30 Locust Avenue. In the package I provided, I just wanted to show the comparison between the proposed and the existing. In that diagram, that yellow dashed line is the existing garage, while the hatched area is the proposed garage, virtually on top of the original footprint. Additionally, I wanted to show a current survey of the property for clarity, and since you'd never get to see elevations, I just provided it just before you asked. So I'll take any questions besides that.
And this is a substandard lot?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
No.
anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
Hearing number 19, appeal number 25-360, Dawn and Vincent Gamba, 18 Schoolhouse Place, Oyster Bay.
Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
My name is Robert Litt, attorney for the applicants Dawn and Vincent Gamba. My address is 66 North Village Avenue, Rockville Center, New York, appearing on behalf of Dawn and Vincent Gamba for a variance to allow an existing 12.3 foot by 8.3 foot shed having less side yard setback than permitted by the town ordinance, and to an amendment of the specific plan as presented for appeal number 24-154 and granted by decision of the Zoning Board of Appeals dated July 25th, 2024. The property is located in the R1-20 zoning district. The premises under application is located on the northerly side of Schoolhouse Place, 827.92 feet east of Highwood Road. The property has an irregular shape with dimensions of 100 feet in width at the front of the property, 113.12 feet in width at the rear of the property, 181.41 feet in depth on the westerly side of the property, and 205.28 feet in depth on the easterly side of the property. The total lot area is 20,298.6 square feet. The property is developed with a single-family dwelling, has a street address of 18 Schoolhouse Place, and is also known as Section 27, Block 85, Lot 5 on the Nassau County Land and Tax Map. By this application, the applicants seek a variance to allow an existing 12.3 foot by 8.3 foot shed having less side yard setback than permitted by the town ordinance, and an amendment of the specific plan as presented for appeal number 24-154 and granted by decision of this board dated July 25th, 2024. In the prior appeal number 24-154, the applicants had sought a variance to allow a shed having less side yard setback than permitted and proposed a 4-foot setback where 20 feet is permitted by the town ordinance. Additionally, the applicant sought a variance to allow the addition of a wood deck with steps to grade exceeding a maximum gross floor area than permitted by the town ordinance. By notice of decision, dated that July 25th, 2024, the variance for the wood deck was granted, but the variance application seeking a 4-foot setback for the shed was denied. The reason apparently being that the shed with only a 4-foot setback would be too close to the neighboring property. The applicants then had filed an Article 78 proceeding, which was heard before Justice Denise Scher, Supreme Court, Nassau County. Judge Scher required that the parties attempt to negotiate a resolution to this matter, and the parties discontinued the proceeding by stipulation. The applicants now come before the board with a much more reasonable variance request, that being for a side yard setback for the shed, proposing 8 feet where 20 feet is required. Based on the size of the applicant's lot, the applicant would not be able to comply with a 20-foot setback requirement. If the shed was to be placed 20 feet into the property, it would essentially be in the center of the property. In order to accommodate any concerns of the shed being too close to the side yard property line, the applicant seek to move the shed further in from the 4 feet initially proposed to double the number of feet into the property. This will allow for more space between the neighboring property and the shed. As apparent in the size of the shed, the use of the shed will be for storage purposes and no portion will be used as living space. Lastly, it should not go unnoticed how accommodating and neighborly our clients have been. After receiving approvals for their requested relief besides one, they went above and beyond and tried to reach a reasonable resolution to the issue, which would be mutually agreeable to both them and their neighbor, Mr. Michael Bigiani. I personally have spoken with Mr. Bigiani on several occasions with respect to his specific concerns. Through productive communication, we're able to agree upon a set of conditions, which, should the board approve, will allay Mr. Bigiani's concerns with regards to this application. The agreed upon conditions are as follows. We're going to clean out all the, and I apologize for my pronouncing of some of these names of the flora, the Pachysandra, pull out all weeds behind the shed and dead plants and mulch the area. Number 2, remove all vines and other growth on the fence line. Number 3, plant arborvores, which will grow to a height which will block the back of the shed a sufficient distance from the shed so they don't grow into the fence. The arborvores will eventually be of a height which will block the neighbor's view of the entire back of the shed and the roof of the shed. And finally, number 4, the aforesaid work shall be done no later than May 30th, 2026, subject to how the board would like that condition to be stated on the record. Just wanted to let the board know, both Vincent and Dawn Gamba are here today to answer any questions, but at this time, I'd like to introduce our appraiser, Michael Lynch, to briefly testify regarding the real estate surrounding the area and area character.
Truth during the proceedings, Mike?
Yes,
Name and address, please.
yes. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. It's Michael Lynch, business address 15 Dewey Street, Huntington, New York. I'm here as the real estate expert on this matter. I'm a state certified real estate appraiser, and, you know, I've appeared many times in the past before this board on applications. Before I begin, I have some handouts. I was at the property last week. I took a number of pictures of the property as well as the surrounding area. I have a panel of photographs, 10 photos in each packet of the subject property.
Thank you.
I have an exhibit I prepared using the Nassau County GIS aerial of the subject property in the immediate homes on Schoolhouse Place and Schoolhouse Court. And then lastly, I have a ZBA grant 2 doors down at 22 Schoolhouse Place of a variance granted for a 2-car detached garage that's 10 feet from the property line. I'd like to submit that as well.
Thanks. Thank you.
So, Mr. Litt described pretty much the property and the application here. As you know, we're deficient in our setback for the shed, which is an 8.3 by 12.3 foot small storage shed, a little over 100 square feet in area. The present setback along the easterly side yard is 4 feet. The requirement is 20 feet. The application is to double that setback to 8 feet. If you look through my photos, you can see the Gamba property is very well landscaped and very well screened, I might add, with the exception of immediately behind the proposed shed here. But otherwise, the shed, based on my vantage points, and when I walked the property and I walked Schoolhouse Place, again, given the unbelievable amount of screening that exists primarily around the northerly, easterly, and westerly boundaries of the property, you generally can't see what's in the backyard. If you look on page photos, let me see, of the shed and the setback. Okay, so photo 3 is of the shed itself. As you know, that's along the easterly property line with a current 4-foot setback. In photo 4, you can see the Pachysandra that's there.
That? You mean back here? Yeah.
Oh.
That is not
So you can see the
Pachysandra,
setback
sorry.
there.
That's weeds.
As you look south on that side yard, which is currently 4 feet, you can see the Pachysandra there, and there's no screening. So the proposal by the Gambas is to add some arborvitae there to screen that. And it will also be now 8 feet, so we're going to double the setback of the present conditions. So that's certainly significant with respect to other sheds that I observed in the immediate area. If you look at my exhibit that I prepared, it's actually oriented south of Schoolhouse Place and of Schoolhouse Court. And there are I counted 5 other sheds in the immediate area. They're certainly not 20 feet setback from either their rear or side yards. And I do have the one decision by this board, 2 doors to the east at 22 Schoolhouse Place. It's a 10-foot setback, but it's a 20 by 20 garage, so it's about a 420 square foot, I believe, structure. So in proportion to what we're looking here, it's a much larger setback. And again, that's only 10 feet off the line. I actually have a photo from the street of the two homes. The last photo in the group, the last two photos, you can see 22 Schoolhouse Place. You can see that detached garage where a 10-foot side yard was granted. Mr. Bigiano's house is on the left of that in that photo. And again, that's only a 10-foot setback for a 400-plus square foot structure. So comparatively speaking, while we're 8 feet, we're only a 100 square foot structure. So in sum, the requested variance for the side yard, I don't believe it's substantial when taken into context with the overall neighborhood in this R120 neighborhood. It's a development that was built back in the early 2000s. Very well-kept neighborhood, very stately colonial-style homes. And again, the Gambas property is particularly well landscaped and screened, but for a very small area behind where the shed is. And again, they're going to buffer that and with arborvitae shrubbery. And again, it's going to be doubling of the setback to 8 feet. So I don't believe if the variance is granted, there'll be any deleterious impact to property value. Certainly, it's not going to be out of character with the area, as I've shown in my exhibit. And it's not a substantial request, again, when taken into context with the other sheds in the neighborhood, as well as we're now doubling the setback. So at this point, I can answer any questions.
So that shed is just being moved back 4 feet more?
4 feet, we're
Same
doubling.
spot, just up 4 feet, not
Correct.
going- Okay.
Correct.
I remember this case very well. So
Yeah.
these neighbors were able to sit down and hash this out?
Yes, we had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Bigiani and with my client, and we made certain that we took the time to really address all of his concerns, Mr. Bigiani's concerns of what to put in, where he wanted it, and how certain things to be done. I know he's here tonight as well, too.
Okay.
Yes.
He's here.
No, we have
He's
him.
here.
We have him actually here.
He's here.
Yes, Mr. Bigiani's here.
Okay.
It should be if they agree, but we're gonna find out together.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your time and patience this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Anybody want to speak? Perfect. Sorry. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good night. That and cleanup. Hearing number 20, appeal number 25-370. Leland Oyster Bay LLC, 108 South Street, Oyster Bay, New York. Hearing number 20?
It's Tom.
Okay. Oh, he's outside.
He ran outside. It's Tom Abadi.
Tom?
He's getting it.
Yeah, I guess.
He'll come in. Here he comes. Hi.
Well, you can start a new one when you come up to the microphone.
I thought that was gonna go. Wow, thank goodness. All right, so once again, Tom Abadi, 88 Sunnyside Boulevard in Plainview. And tonight's appeal is for the newly opened and highly regarded, I can't speak tonight, L'Etoile Restaurant, right around the corner, which is operated by the Stellina Hospitality Group. A few weeks ago, I was here on behalf of Stellina Bakery and Cafe. For the outdoor component, that's Stellina Hospitality Group. They have Stellina Ristorante, nearly adjacent to that, and the Audrey, all within walking distance. Tim, now, L'Etoile is in the Snouters Drugstore building. I think you all know that, right around the corner. Timley bought it, painstakingly renovated it, and the jewel of the tenancies is L'Etoile. And that building came in for L'Etoile for an off-street parking variance. And what Tom Milana, who's the proprietor of Stellina and L'Etoile, wishes to do is build out the basement space. He wants to have a private wine club. And to effectuate that, we need an off-street parking variance. So I have a series of exhibits. This is the last case. I'll give them all to you, and then we'll get you out of here. The first one is a series of exterior photographs. There's a set for everyone.
Thanks, Luke.
The second one is a series of interior photographs, both the basement space, which is the subject of tonight's hearing, as well as the first floor dining space. And then the last one, why don't you hand that out? Last one's just for fun, because I couldn't resist. This is a copy of the fall 2025 issue of Newsday Feed Me magazine, where they named L'Etoile one of the top 25 best new restaurants in Long Island. Has no bearing on anything, except we should all be proud, right?
Thank you. We get two? I got two, this two. And these, are these different?
I didn't measure it, but it meets code for habitable space.
I would think so.
Thank you.
So there's going to be a service bar area in the basement. It's strictly going to be wine. There's not going to be food. There'll be nibbles, olives, peanuts, things of that nature. Basically a private wine club, a place where you could go with your friends and have a bottle of wine. If you see on the floor plans and in the photographs, there is already a wine cellar built out. They are utilizing that wine cellar now. That holds the bottles of wine for the restaurant patrons above. This is not a big... Yeah, we don't think we can fit those 5 or 6 bar stools, Mr. Girardi. We think it's strictly going to be the tables. So the occupancy that we're showing you, 27, I think is going to be diminished by those number of stools and be far less. Moreover, the basement space, square footage-wise, is literally half the size of the first floor dining space. This is not a big place. We need off-street parking. In your packet is a decision, 23171, where L'Etoile and Timley first got a parking variance, and that was for 38 stalls, where we're providing 1. We're increasing that by 25%, so we need another 10 stalls. I posit to you it's de minimis, but more importantly, it's something that is common in the downtown. If we go up and down South Street, Audrey Avenue, West Main Street, East Main Street, most, if not all of these businesses do not provide their own parking. And that's not just true with Oyster Bay, it's true with every traditional downtown. So that's the sum and substance of my case, unless you have any questions.
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
just have one question.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that there's no entrance outside into this, it's through the
Oh,
restaurant?
no, there is not. Yeah, I was just there yesterday, that's when I took the photographs. Yeah, you have to go from the interior of the building. In fact, they just had like a construction staircase back to the basement, so now that's been expanded so it's per code. So the
Yeah.
risers are all the right height, the right width, he's got the railing, et cetera, et cetera.
Because that's an old building.
That's a very old building, and I think you can tell it's kind of cool in those basement
Yeah.
pics. You can see all that masonry work in the walls. Makes it,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It makes it a really cool space.
Would it have an egress window?
I'm sorry?
Would it have an egress with like a fire exit?
All I know is that everything that was designed was done in conjunction with the building department so that it meets code so that they can open.
That's a cellar. I don't think you can put a window in there.
I don't think you can either, but I don't know what the code requires. I leave that to the architects.
We kind of do too.
And obviously, I'm sorry?
We do too. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
commercial
so
building.
obviously, that was step number 1, going to the architect, can we do this and meet code? The answer came back yes, but for the fact we couldn't meet zoning code, which is why I'm here tonight.
So the staircase that goes down is open from the restaurant down into the...
Yes.
it's
Right
wide
now,
enough.
there's a door, but again, they widened it, they put in all the support beams and the risers and the width, they all meet code now.
Wide enough to get fire apparatus down there. if they have-
Yeah, yes, it's, I don't know exactly how wide, Mrs. Mulligan, but yeah, it's wide.
Does fire code give you occupancy on the lower level, is that what does it?
No, it's actually building code that gives us the occupancy. Yeah. Well, on our plan, it's 27, but we think it's actually going to be lower than that because the stools that Mr. Girardi were talking about, just from seeing it, Mr. Griffin, they just don't work. Yeah, they're going to lower it. I mean, we're going to put it in, as I'm presenting it to you tonight. I'm just expecting, in reality, it's not gonna work. It's because it's narrow when you walk through that space from the door from upstairs to the lounge area in the rear.
Okay. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Are
Madam
you an
Chairman,
attorney?
members of the board. My name is Dan Olivieri of the Law Office of Dan Olivieri, PC, 487 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. Thank you. Good evening. My client, who's right here, is the owner of the premises right behind the applicant's building. And what has been failed to have been informed is that with the parking situation, my client has an easement going from South Street back to his premises for ingress and egress. Excuse me? West Main Street, ingress and egress. And without that ability to get back and forth, he's been unable to rent his own unit, building behind it completely. It's also been part, and I have some pictures that I brought today, where you'll see that they unilaterally put up an iron fence from the ingress and egress, which completely prevents my client's ability to have his tenants get in and get out. Also, just as an aside, somebody took a picture of the back area where they should have the ingress and egress, and it's littered with garbage and other things that would impede ingress and egress. My client strongly opposes this application for a change for the variance for parking. In fact, if you look at the parking, they don't really have any parking back in that area, and the only place you could put a car would be in the easement area, and further impeding my client's ability to rent and deal with this. Now, with respect to the exhaust termination, my client also opposes this because it appears that it would be lowered and would be dumping right into the area where my client's tenants would want to be, especially if they have some outdoor activity in that back area. I just want to submit these pictures for everyone. I'm sorry I didn't bring extra copies.
I'm very confused. I didn't even know there was an easement.
Yeah, full easement.
Are you the Mexican restaurant? I own the entire building.
He's not sworn in, so he can't speak. He can speak if he wants to be sworn in.
Yeah, would you swear him in then and let
Sure,
him
of course.
speak?
You
Go
can
ahead.
speak.
Please tell the truth in these proceedings, sir? Your name and address, please.
Mario Veza, 1 Mineola Avenue, Roslyn, New York.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
What was
You
the
wanted,
question?
you had a question?
I didn't have a question.
The Coin Gallery is one of the tenants.
Your tenant?
Coin Gallery, Oyster Bay. It's on the corner of Audrey Avenue, South Street. Then there's Joya Restaurant. Then there's another Lourdes Restaurant. And Sabrina's Sweets.
So where's the ingress and egress you're talking about? Is that what you're on Main Street?
It's between the Masonic Lodge and Snouters.
And but isn't there a gate across there or
They
something?
put a gate without a permit. It's an electric
So
gate.
that's your property? You didn't put that gate?
I did not put that up. I have an easement to go to the back.
So it's not your property, but you can use it,
I'm allowed to use it for.
and you've
since
been
the
blocked?
building was built.
Okay.
Are you litigating this?
Well, we were trying to settle this thing for over a year, and this should have been brought up to the board by the petitioner. And we didn't want to start lawsuits, but it looks like now we're gonna have no other, choice but to have to commence a lawsuit. And just one other little side, the fence they put up, I believe that you have a 4-foot limit on how high they could be in that area, and they're over 4.5 feet tall, each of these things.
When they refurbished Snouters, they also built 6 inches onto my property.
Well, that, I mean,
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's
that's a problem.
That's a problem.
But that's not a problem this board
Not
can
with you guys. I
address.
just wanna let you know
I was- yeah.
how he's just constantly trying to take advantage.
What am I looking at here? What do we, oh, it's the
That it's the
height of
height,
fence.
it's the height.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
we can't solve litigation problems here, but we also can't vote on something, at least I don't think so, that we can't vote on something if there's an
The one
active.
space that he says he has, that's the easement space.
Hmm.
It's not his space. And if he's counting that as a space,
So that easement is for the Masonic Lodge? Like,
it's for the, it's for Snouters and, my.
oh, so you're sharing it, okay.
We share it since they were built.
Okay.
And I have.
And that
links.
gate goes up automatically? You have a remote to make
I
it
have
go up?
nothing
I
for
know
it,
you don't, but
does
is that
work
how
with-
it operates?
I believe it's a fob.
It's a
or
fob.
code.
Who put the fence up?
Well, Mr. Abadi's
Mr. Lee
gonna,
did.
is going to address these issues.
And I just handed up a survey where you can see where the easement is. On the side, it's a small strip of land.
Right here. Yeah, I know where it is, and there is a gate there. It's like a railroad gate.
belong to? Who?
It's shared by the Masonic Lodge and
And you.
Snouters.
Okay. And
No,
not
it's shared by
Oh, you, I'm sorry,
MCM
you?
Associates and Snouters. My building,
Oh, but
Me.
not the Masonic Lodge?
not the Masonic
Okay.
Lodge.
So the two of you share it, but they put up the fence,
They put up the fence.
and
They
there was no
blocked the dam.
conversation with you, and you weren't offered a key?
It was absolutely never told. I
Okay.
just drove by one day and it was up.
And do we have any idea why did they put the gate up?
He didn't want riffraff coming back there.
That would be.
Does that mean you?
That means to park, right? On the other side of that gate is parking, right?
There's parking for the Masonic Lodge.
But there's a driveway next to the Masonic Lodge.
Yes,
That's not gated. That's not
that
gated.
is gated for an exit now.
That's gated as well?
Mhm.
So who put the gate up there?
He did.
The Masonic Lodge didn't have a problem with it?
They allowed him to do because they also wanted this gate, but they're not allowed to have him.
They're not allowed to have a gate on the way in and the ingress. but they're
Right.
allowed on the egress.
You bet.
Makes no sense.
The easement's been since the building was bought.
So it's on your title.
It's over 100 years ago. It's on my title, it's on everything.
All right, anybody else have any questions here? Let's find out. So I'm gonna bring Mr. Abadi back.
Dan Olivier.
And I've been in the wine cellar, and it does, the height makes me look tall.
I understand that,
Just
but
let me know.
that's not gonna be, that's not gonna be our issue for tonight. Okay.
So this is the first I'm hearing about an easement, but what I will tell you is it's got nothing to do with this application. This is something that allegedly the landlord did, assuming arguendo that this easement exists. I have no reason to doubt them. It has nothing to do with L'Etoile Restaurant. It even has nothing to do with your original parking variance to establish L'Etoile Restaurant. Our ingress and egress is solely for diners, solely for individuals. We don't need this area. We're not putting forth to you that this area is endemic to our parking. We don't use it at all. We are just a tenant of Tim Lee, Leland, who's the applicant. I think, Ms. Alessi, you might have said it sounds like a civil dispute between the two property owners to rectify this thing, but it has nothing to do with that which I've put before you tonight, nor does it have anything to do with your prior relief in 2023, which solely dealt with the restaurant.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm positive. Why wouldn't you be sure?
Because
wait.
I'm not confident that, I don't know that I feel confident voting on this application, which has to do with parking, knowing that there is parking access that has been removed from a rightful owner.
He's saying parking access for his tenants, not for L'Etoile.
I understand that, but it impacts the entirety of the community that is using parking in the area, if there are diminished spots.
But that is a civil dispute between Leland and Mr. Olivieri's client. That has nothing to do with L'Etoile Restaurant. And if you hold a decision in abeyance, based upon the litigation, Mr. Griffin, you're an attorney and you're a litigator, that could go on for years. And now you're stopping a proprietor from building out his space, which you would otherwise grant because of an easement, which may or may not exist. Yes, Mr. Girardi.
What if they gave him access, or if they gave him a fob, or a key to the gate so he could go in and out?
Here's the problem.
I don't represent Tim Lee. I only represent Mr. Milana. All I can do is convey that to Mr. Lee. I don't represent him. I represent the tenant, Tom Milana, L'Etoile.
L'Etoile is Leland Oyster Bay?
No. Leland is Tim Lee, who bought Snowder's Drugstore and who renovated. We're a tenant of Mr. Lee. And allegedly,
Well, you cannot, I'm gonna say something
Thank
here. You cannot speak from the audience, and you have had your chance to speak. He is giving rebuttal, and then we're gonna close the hearing.
okay, but I don't object to what Mr. Oliveri just told you. He said the landlord put it up. It's beyond the realm, Ms. Alessia, of this application tonight. It has no bearing on it whatsoever. We've never alleged that we need this disputed so-called easement space, if it exists. It's not part of our application. It's not part of the proof we need for our application. Again, it has nothing to do, we don't park there at all. It's parking for our neighbor, allegedly, maybe, I don't even know. Our off-street parking variance is just for the patrons of L'Etoile, and we don't have any parking in L'Etoile. We solely use street parking and what everybody else uses, municipal parking. That's the beginning, that's the end, and that's the finite corridor of this case.
Do they have a key to that gate?
I have no idea.
Well, hold on, one second. You know the procedures here. Everyone knows the procedures here. I've let you rebuttal.
Yeah.
I am going to let them come up one more time.
please.
And that's gonna be it.
Yeah, I have no
Because
problem with
otherwise,
that.
we can go on all night.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure, as some of the other board members are not. We're not all lawyers up here, okay? Some of us are, some aren't. So we may, we may put this case on reserve. I'm not saying
Oh,
it'll
no,
be on
that-
reserve
that's
until
quite all
it's,
right. I
you know.
thought the intimation was.
But we
let-
need to get all the information before we make a decision.
I understand that, but I don't want it to be on hold
No.
while they resolve, it may never get resolved.
I understand that.
So if.
And I appreciate that.
If we could just reserve the
let's-
comments
we'll
just
bring
to
you back up
council.
one more time.
Just to council.
Yes.
Just to council.
And you can ask questions.
Go ahead, Mary, if you want to go.
Just to council.
Just to
The
council.
landlord of the property, did he just recently purchase the property?
No, I owned it quite a number of years now.
And he never had, there was never a fence up there before?
No, never.
So when you purchased the property with the easement, it was in full enforcement?
Oh, he bought the property well before Mr. Lee ever bought the property. And in fact, one of the ongoing disputes is, Mr. Lee then did some work on the back end, and now the extension is on my client's property. And, you know, the tenants who are there from Mr. Lee are also, you know, getting use of certain areas there that they shouldn't be allowed to. And the parking issue, you know, is really the Masonic Lodge, not the Masonic, but the lodge really controls the entire parking lot back there. And our area is specifically going from the street right up to the back there. And as you can see from the survey, it's about, you know, 10, 11 feet wide, and that's it. And if they're gonna try to use some parking over there, it's definitely gonna be a problem. And, you know, whether it's, you know, the restaurant or one of the other tenants, it's still part of the building. And that's the real issue here. It's not separate and distinct, because it's one area and people are gonna come in there and try to, you know, deal with the parking. And if the variance is granted, it's gonna interfere. My client can't even rent out all the space he's got right now because of this problem back there. And that's why, you know, he brought this to a head here when we found out about it. Yes, ma'am.
When did the fence go up? I'm sorry to interrupt.
About a
How
year
long?
ago.
Oh, recently?
Yeah, it's brand new,
And
beautiful
nobody knows
fence.
the reason for.
No,
why
it just appeared.
It just appeared.
Yep.
You didn't approach the landlord, Leland?
Oh, yeah, he
Did.
And why did he put the fence up?
He said he wanted to keep everybody out.
Okay.
He just wanted it available to him.
As I see it, it's just me, it's two separate issues.
Yes.
The variance and the fence. If it was my property, I would contact the title company, you insured title, whenever it was last year, way back when, and they should protect your title.
The last thing that I would like to say, I know I'm not allowed to say it, but the garbage that is created by the 5 apartments and the restaurant and the gourmet shop will just be exacerbated so much more from the wine place downstairs. Already, that easement is 50% covered with his garbage cans.
All right.
He's covering, and
I have to wrap this up now, Okay, thank you.
All right, so if I could just say one last thing. Mr. Olivieri wanted you to believe that we're using this disputed easement area for parking. We're not. We have no parking. That disputed area, as they've described it, both his clients and himself, has nothing to do with L'Etoile. I don't want to
understand that.
penalize the tenant for something that is a dispute between two property owners. Thank you.
And we will deal with it, we will deal with it separately, okay?
Thank
We will
you.
deal with it separately.
They never
Thank-
addressed.
No,
Sir.
no, you're done.
They
You're
never
Sir,
addressed the
sir,
ventilation.
sir.
You're not on the
Sir,
record.
Sir.
My only concern is whether or not we can, and we're gonna find this out from council,
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
That's my
yeah.
concern.
Yeah, and my thing is, it's well beyond the four corners of the appeal.
We have counsel
pending.
in Oyster Bay that we will,
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, but the one thing Mr. Abadi did not address is the ventilation.
Oh, thank you very much. So the ventilation,
Thank you.
we placed the ventilation unit precisely where we're instructed to do so by the fire marshal at the time that the space was being built out. We also believe that if we move it to a conforming location, I have a series of two photographs. This is the side opposite on the roof. You will see that it will impact the residents and visitors to the Hamlet of Oyster Bay because it will be readily visible from the street rather than in the back where commercial abuts commercial.
So the variance for the ventilation would be approved by the fire marshal.
We were directed to place it in that location by the fire marshal. The variance for its location is up to this board. And it's a tube, Mr. Girardi, that goes upwards.
If that variance were denied, Mr. Abadi, on the word just flew out of my head, what are we talking about?
Exhaust.
The exhaust, thank you, I'm exhausted. If it were denied, would you continue and then just place it where it would comply?
It would, but if we do that, the town is going to get complaints because it's going to be readily visible from South Street and West Main Street and beyond.
Is it not necessary if you don't have the basement space?
No, it's necessary for the restaurant itself. Period. So when we applied for this, building said.
Distinct things.
Two distinct things, but we need the exhaust. If you took the exhaust away, we can't operate the restaurant. It has to shut down.
Operate the restaurant without the basement, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have been. Yeah, we have been. Okay?
I'm gonna let you, one more time.
No,
No.
please, can we call this enough?
No, yeah, the hearing's closed.
Thank you, sir, Mr.
No,
Riveri,
you,
please.
listen, I told you in the beginning of the hearing, the rules and procedures, everybody understood it. Otherwise, we're gonna be here till 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's not fair.
Thank you.
Public correspondence,
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
motion,
Decision.
public hearing is closed, the decision will be forwarded to you by our office.
All right, good night, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, the basement. It's in the front, so we can witness it. Right. Is this, do you have your, oh, yeah, is that your rubber band there? Mm-hmm. you're gonna move it?
will move it.
Okay.
Kathy?
And yes, and Rita,
And
second?
I'll second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 2, appeal number 25-288. She's gonna come see you, Susan, about
Yes.
this fence.
They should take the section out.
So we're gonna reserve it?
Reserve it
Near their
for 2
own
weeks?
driveway,
No.
correct?
Yep.
No, we'll approve it with the condition that the fence be
Okay.
modified.
Yeah, she's gonna have to give me a new
Yeah.
But it should be the length, not just the corner. It should, because they're up against all the way. So if they just took the corner out, it'd still be blocking it.
okay.
Right, so if you
I
make
think
that
it'll
a
look
section.
stupid if they do that.
It would, but if they just go back
Set it
4
back.
feet.
Yeah, I
Set
would
it back
prefer
4
they
feet.
set it back. Yeah, I think it'll
Or
look
a
better.
section, whatever.
It'll
what
look
is it,
better
section
too.
6 or 4?
Move back 4 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say 3 feet or 4?
In. 4. In, right? You want it in.
So I'll move
She
it.
said 4.
I'll second it.
All right, Rita and
Reserve?
Rebecca?
I think we can vote for it and then,
And just have them do that?
yeah, okay,
All
just
right.
say that on the
I'm good if you're good.
As long as it's conditioned.
You're just gonna put modified and you'll know.
Very good.
So that was Rita and Rebecca.
Got it, okay.
Oh, yeah, microphones.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. The mic's on?
Mic's on.
Mic's on.
Rita and Rebecca
Yep.
on that one, and move that fence 4 feet.
Yeah, I wouldn't, yeah. Hearing number 3, appeal number 25-303.
Driveway's existing, the addition's de minimis, I'll move it.
I'll second.
Brian and Kathy. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 4, appeal number 25-237.
Footprint's the same.
Yes, it's fine.
You want to move it, Kathy?
Yes.
I'll second it. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 5, appeal number 25-289.
Doggy dormers is what's pushing it over.
Yeah. You want to move it, Brian?
Yes, I'll move it.
I'll second.
Kathy will second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 6, appeal number 25-280.
This is where he's got the cellar entrance, 3-piece in the basement,
No.
even though it's,
Well, 6.
It's a deck.
No, it's a deck.
Just a deck.
De
oh,
minimis.
you're on 6, I'm looking at 7, sorry.
I'll move this.
I'll second it.
Rebecca will second it. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 7, appeal number 25-296. We are withdrawing A. We were putting in an egress window, and he was very happy to do that.
Very good.
And so I will move it.
Second.
Rebecca. will
Elisa
sec-
wanted it.
Oh,
Okay.
Lisa seconded. All in favor, aye.
Okay, wait, Rita and Lisa?
Yeah. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 9, appeal number 25-279.
It's a corner lot.
I mean, there was an apartment in there, definitely. There isn't now.
No.
So, it's, the house isn't horrible, it's not bad looking. I'll move it.
I'll second.
Lisa, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 10, appeal number 25-297.
The church.
This use operates at different times
It does,
than the
yeah.
church, so it shouldn't cause any problem as far as parking goes. The students arrive in buses,
Bus
there's
drop.
no parents dropping off, picking up. I think it's a great application, so
Yeah.
I would like to move it.
Second.
You got it.
Flo will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 11, appeal number 25-302.
They're gonna do the screening and everything for this, right?
Did they say that?
No, this is the one on
No.
South Oyster Bay
Oh, I'm
Road.
just
Yeah,
looking
no,
at the
this is-
shed.
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no, I think
Oh, the
this,
wrong
I
one.
think this was fine.
Yeah.
Shed abutting the pool equipment.
Who wants to move it?
I will move it.
Rebecca will move
I'll
it.
second.
Rebecca and Lisa. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 12, appeal number 25-304. This was before us 2 years ago. It was a pretty intense use. The applicant has come back and they have reduced the amount of apartments from 4 to 3, which lessens the parking variance.
And got rid of the third floor.
And they got rid of that, yes, the use of the third
Yes,
floor.
correct.
So that's good. I would like to move this.
I'll second.
Flo, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 13, appeal number 25-371.
The front, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
move this.
okay.
I'll
Flo?
second it.
Flo and Rebecca, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 14, appeal number 25-290.
I'll move this.
Who looks like?
Second.
And I
Lisa.
heard Lisa, so it's gonna be Kathy and Lisa, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 15, appeal number 25-294.
Well shrubbed in, backs to railroad tracks.
Yeah, you wanna move that,
I'll
Brian?
move it.
I'll second it, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. And we were all moved by this hearing number 17.
Which we voted already.
I would like to.
We
oh,
voted?
did,
I'll
we
have the
voted on it.
decision typed in the morning, and I'll have this
Thank you.
downstairs.
Yeah,
That was a rough one.
that's rough.
Hearing number 18, appeal number 25-286.
Mother crying about her child.
Yeah, this is fine, I'll move this.
Terrible.
I'll second.
Lisa, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Yes, Lisa.
Lisa, thank you.
She was two, I was one.
Oh, Lisa was two, I'm sorry, and you were one, okay.
Get that straight.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Always
Lisa.
number one, I know.
Yeah, I got it.
Hearing number 19, appeal number 25-360.
Okay, so this is the
The shed.
landscaping.
It's a very small shed. I'm so sorry to hear these neighbors
It's
have this
horrendous.
tough
You
of a time.
would not believe that night. It was rough.
bad.
We won't.
I did go to see it with one of the code inspectors, because the neighbor had come in and insinuated that it was living space, that it was really a cabana, and that there was electric, and they were showering and blah, 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 types of things going on. And I did go there with the code inspector when it is just a little shed with rakes.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm just sorry to see neighbors
Well,
have
you
that
know, the
trouble
fact
with
of
each
the
other.
matter is, that is a substandard lot, so there's no place to put it
No.
20 feet from the property line. However, when you put a fence near a shed and you leave that space in between.
It gets garbage.
And to those
See that.
people, their house was up further, so to them, it was in the middle of the yard.
Yeah.
I saw it, yeah, I saw both sides of it,
Yeah,
so
well, I'm glad they worked,
it
yeah,
out,
glad they
yeah.
worked it out.
So I'll move it.
I'll second.
Kathy will second, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 20, appeal number 25-370.
So they strongly oppose this application.
Well, the one neighbor opposed it, but based upon the fact that there's an easement situation that really has nothing to do with this board.
Doesn't.
This is something they have to work out amongst themselves, and whether we grant a variance or not, they still have
Yeah.
an
It
issue with an easement that
It
has
reminds
nothing,
me
not
of
even
one
to
of the
do with
first
this
cases I sat
restaurant.
on with you guys. It was neighbors that were fighting over a fence line, right? Remember, they had moved it in?
Yes,
It was in Massapequa, I think,
Right.
even. And-
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
we said, we're sorry to hear this, but it's not part of our determination.
right.
You know.
That was
So
terrible.
this is the
People
same
did
thing.
What they
It's
do
a-
to each other.
It's a bad situation, but it doesn't really relate to the.
Well, I'm gonna
So the
move.
basement,
Yeah.
he said he was not gonna do the bar. So he's gonna do the bar, he's not gonna do the bar. He's
He's
just gonna
gonna
have the
take some
table?
chairs out. If he takes chairs out, the parking works this way. Seats, one
Yeah.
per three. So if he takes out 3 bar stools,
4 or 5, he said, whatever it was.
one
He said
per
he's
three.
not doing tables down there?
No,
or
he's
No,
we're
he's
doing
gonna do
Small
tables.
But he's
It's a
gonna-
small
He's gonna get rid of
space.
bar seating.
The variance
No,
for the spaces that he needs,
seating. I'm sure there'll be a bar.
I don't know how they calculated 48 spaces. They didn't take the whole restaurant into consideration, did they?
Why, it should have been more?
I don't think they're gonna be allowed to have it down there without egress. I know, like, as far as zoning outside is good, but
So how did it get to us?
it was zoned by, Dawn. And when it comes to the plan examiner is gonna deny that.
And they'll have to, if they can't get a building permit, they won't go forward.
Yeah, but how
So
can
why
we
is-
approve it tonight?
I thought the basement was built.
The zoner doesn't
You're not
meet the
approving,
code.
you're not approving the plans,
Right.
you're just
Yeah.
approving parking.
You're just-
The rest of it has nothing
Right.
to do with you.
If it's- yeah.
If it goes on whether to get a building permit or not, if they don't meet all the codes that are in place that they have to meet, then that won't go any farther than
They're
this.
gonna need a second meeting.
I'll give you a good example. Do you remember years ago, the apartment complex in Locust Valley, that was approved?
Yes.
Yeah, it never got built. You know why? Building codes
Oh, that was right on the street.
that this board approved.
Okay.
So, based on that information, it's very possible this never will get built. So they're asking for a variance for more parking for a very small space.
And this is for what they need for the whole restaurant.
Yeah,
48.
that's, okay, so that space downstairs,
Oh, yeah.
if anything is adding another, maybe 7 spaces. That's it.
So they already have the variance for,
They have the variance for the
so
restaurant.
they just need a variance for
For the
7
downst-
spaces.
Well, for whatever, I mean,
Right,
I'm
right, but
guessing,
they
that's
gotta-
off the top of my
I'm
head.
just- Yeah,
We look at this as an impact on the community. I think we all agree that for a downtown to survive, it needs restaurants and other things. And in this particular instance, there's never going to be parking. And if we
There
deny
never
these, we'll
is
never
on-
have restaurants.
none of the restaurants
And we'll
have.
never have a
The
downtown.
restaurant itself needs 37.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
the apartment needs 5, and the new space needs 5.
That's what I said 7, I even
Yeah,
overestimated, so
yeah.
5, we're talking about 5 spaces. I'm gonna move to approve this. I'll poll the board. Lisa?
I'm for.
Kathy?
I'll approve it if we're just talking about parking, yep.
I'll give
Rebecca?
you your second, and I'll second.
Rebecca will second it,
And I'll approve it.
and Flo and Brian, so that's all good. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. I like the way we deliberated there. Then we're on discussion?
Yes.
Oh.
So, this one, they had come in with, and asking for extra bedrooms in a parent-child use, an extra bedroom. And they, that night, withdrew that you said you didn't like, told me you didn't like, that they were going to have 3 bedrooms in the main unit and then 3 bedrooms in the accessory unit, where they're only allowed to have 2. They agreed to remove one of the bedrooms and gave me back plans to do so. You granted it.
This is upstairs, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So you granted it as long as they did that, which they did. They gave me new plans back, and they removed the bedroom on the 2nd floor, but he added a full bathroom in the basement. I said to him, you don't get to do that. I'm taking it back, I want to talk to the board. I'm not approving these plans. You don't get to swap out, take away a bedroom, and then add a full bathroom. If you'd like to see the plans, it's here. I don't know, if you don't have a problem with it, that's fine. I just didn't want it to
A
be.
3-piece bathroom?
No,
In the basement.
that
I
wasn't.
said to him, you don't get to add bathrooms.
Did he install it? It's built?
No.
No,
It's
it's fine.
proposed.
It's on the
but when he
plans.
gave me the new
Oh, no,
plans-
tell him to take that out. We don't, no, we're not negotiating.
Very good. I just wanted to bring it back to you.
I thought you built it. I
No, no,
really
no.
get mad.
I said to him, you can't change the plans. Yes, you can change the plans. The board told you to remove that bedroom upstairs. You can't then slide in another bathroom.
No,
Right.
thank you for bringing that to our attention. So
I'm
that's
gonna
just
tell
for
him
discussion.
It's just for discussion. I'm gonna tell him I want new plans with that bathroom removed from the basement. Everybody's good with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good, thank you. That brings us to reserved decisions. Okay, the first one is 25-167, 19 Rover Lane in Hicksville. Let's see. I have to-
We asked him to
Oh,
scale
yes,
it down,
it's-
so he removed the porch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cute.
that's all he did. 2 feet off the porch.
I wasn't here for it, so you guys figure it out.
That's all he did, was remove 2 feet off the porch. I don't know what to say. I've gone back and
I
forth
think you
with this
do.
man over and over again, telling him that it was just way too big. There was too many bedrooms, too many everything, and all he does is just keep bringing it back with this. First he just kept bringing it back and didn't make any changes, and then he just took 2 feet off the porch.
I wasn't here for it, but was the objection that there were too many bedrooms, bathrooms?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
very large.
So there you have it.
So why don't we just deny it?
Yes.
Yep.
I move to deny.
Okay, so deny.
Anybody want to second my motion?
Unfortunately, I
second.
can't. Lisa will.
Second.
So Flo,
Very good.
okay?
Okay,
Okay,
so it's
denied.
Lisa and Flo, three denied?
Rebecca and Flo.
Yep,
Yeah, Rebecca and Flo, and Brian, you're good?
Yeah, I'm
Denying?
I'm denying.
Okay, so then it's denied.
okay.
Enough games.
The next one is 25-168, then Gastra, 25 Vernon Street in Plainview. Rebecca to inspect, also applicant updated fence to section it next to driveway and onto property line. I think you had gone out to this one, Rebecca, right?
Yep.
You remember it?
I'm just just looking back to see.
I have the file here if you'd like to see anything.
Wow, there's a lot here. Whew.
Can I see, I'm having trouble remembering.
Sure.
When was this from?
Over there.
November?
25/168. I need the right quorum
It's from
here to
May?
be able to
It's from
bring
May.
back
I know.
reserves. It's hard. If I don't have enough amount of people, I can't bring them back.
And you need 4 as a quorum?
Yep.
There is tonight.
Yeah.
I did, thank you. I just am having trouble remembering.
Yeah.
But Vernon is a lot of very small houses, and that might have been what my concern was.
Yep.
Might be pictures in the file.
I honestly do not, but I'm looking at the Google Maps. I don't know how updated this is, but they're all single story, yeah. They're all original. No, I shouldn't say all, but most of them in that immediate area, from what I see.
All right, I mean, I think that my recollection on this was that it had to do with the size of the other homes on Vernon. Gross floor area is only 200 in terms of the variance, side front yard is a foot. Building lot coverage was 7% ask. I guess we'll vote on it. Anybody have any recollection? No?
If that helps you.
All right. Anybody want to move it? I'll move it. Anybody want to second it? Gonna have to
Sure,
make
I'll
some kind
second
of.
it.
Let's go home.
I'm doing it.
All right, all in favor?
You guys tired?
Yeah.
Any opposed?
So you're moving it?
Fine, I moved it, Brian seconded it. Everybody voted for it, and
We're
now we're
good.
on to the next one. And
Yep.
Rita, you're back online.
Yeah, I know, I'm paying attention.
The next one is 25/199, Mohammed Hussein, 76 Sackett Street in Hicksville. I had spoken to,
He took the shower.
board about, you had wanted the cell entrance removed, but they asked if they could take out the shower, which they did. They gave me new plans, taking the shower out of the basement and, keeping the cell entrance. Again, I keep saying, the cost is astronomical for these existing cell entrances. Easier for proposed to just cross them off the
Right.
plans.
We did that.
Yep. and you
We've
did.
been doing that.
Yep, I know. So
Um,
that's what this one is about. Lisa was out for this one.
So when we discussed the bathrooms in the basement, you talked about somehow keeping them from ever getting a
They'll
three.
be on the permit, they'll put it on the permit.
We don't have to put it in the decision.
Yeah, I can put condition it,
Yeah,
no future
no.
bathroom.
Yeah, just, I mean, listen, they can do what they're gonna do, but
We could try.
yeah.
But they made the change we were looking for, so.
They did.
Yep.
Okay.
And I do warn the architects to warn their client that they will be, that we're aware that the cell entrance is there and that there was a three-piece bath, and that they don't wanna end up in court, because
Right.
it's expensive, to have a code enforcement officer go out. So I do remind the architects to tell their client, whether it helps or not, at least we tried.
All right, I'll move it.
Okay? Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved.
Okay.
Next one Lisa was out for.
Yeah. The next one is Appeal 25-210, Binder Singh, 6 Berkshire Road.
So we asked that the bedrooms be lessened, and
Board requested less bedrooms, applicants submitted
they
new
didn't do
plans.
that. They minimized the porch.
Oh, they removed it,
You know.
No, they didn't.
No,
right?
didn't we just have that? Am I having deja vu?
No,
Didn't
it
you
just
do
happened
one?
three.
We just did another one where we
Same-
asked for a reduction and the guy
We asked
reduced.
for the same reduction, and they,
And this guy did the same thing?
yeah, he shrunk the porch by two.
No.
Side roof over porch he removed.
And our objection to this was,
Bedrooms.
Right. And all he did was come down the GFA from 3835 to 3812.
I move to deny.
Second.
Okay.
Deny.
All in
That was
favor?
fine.
Aye. Any opposed?
Fine.
To deny.
Okay, very good, thank you.
People
The
are
next
playing
one-
with us.
The next two are together. Appeal 25-235 and 25-231, 23 Meadow LLC, both of them 23 Meadow LLC. You asked for things to be, the new plans, the seller has a maximum height of 6'11". I think it was not shown on the plans, you wanted to know what was, to check that. And they also, on the second one, which is 25-231, they are no longer asking for that variance
For the aggregate.
for the
They
aggregate.
moved it. I love that. That's cooperation. I'll
Okay.
move this.
Rebecca will move it.
I'll second.
Lisa will second it. On both of them.
That's great, Rebecca and Lisa.
Jen?
And I just need two names for the parent-child, please.
Rita and Rebecca.
Okay,
The dreams,
thank you.
the stuff of nightmares.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Got a lot of the reserves.
Yeah, you didn't bring that fence back.